The dream that lives within your heart exists for a reason, and you wouldn't have that dream unless it was for the greater good of the entire universe and world for you to manifest it. Now, I know that sounds dramatic, but you have to realize that we're all one. At the core, there is no separation between you and someone else. And that means that when you're born with a gift, it's a gift that's not only for you, but it's for the whole. And when you follow your heart, the universe will create a path for you to manifest that gift. In other words, it'll give you all the nutrients you need to share the gift with the world that the world most needs from you. So this shift in perspective can completely change your life, because instead of thinking, oh, I have this great dream and I really want to accomplish it, I want to make it real for my own happiness, you switch the perspective and you see that it's not about you, it's about something much greater than yourself. And ironically, it's by focusing on this and shifting your perspective that you'll also find the greatest happiness for yourself. Because when you're in service to the greater good, you recognize that you are the whole. You're not this individual piece. It's that famous Rumi quote where I surrendered the drop and I became the ocean. When you realize that the gift living within your heart is going to help the ocean thrive, you no longer let small fears and doubts stop you from showing up, because you realize that to do so is selfish. To withhold your gift out of your own fear prevents the world from experiencing your gift. And that's the most important shift you can make to give you a strong sense of purpose in your life. It's beautiful to live a happy life and to create a life you love that makes your heart sing with joy. But it's even more beautiful to create a life that's here to serve others, and in the process of doing so, have the byproduct of having a life that you love. If you make your whole life about creating happiness just for yourself, it'll be unfulfilling at a deep level, and it'll be hard to know why it feels unfulfilling. But if you make that shift and focus on giving to others and helping others, but not at the expense of yourself, but actually because it gives you a good warm feeling, then magic happens. Then synchronicities begin to flow from all directions, and you're in the current of the universe. This is when doors start to open magically and you have no idea why. And you get the emails or the invitations or the opportunities coming up nonstop, because the universe, the whole, needs you to be successful. The universe wants you to succeed, and the universe wants you to thrive. And this isn't the universe being generous to you and giving something to you at its own expense, but instead it's your greater self, the higher minds that we're all a part of, that we all are, opening doors for itself. You've probably heard this quote, "You are the universe experiencing itself." When you show up and allow the light of your unique gift to be seen by the world, you are benefiting yourself. You're surrendering your smaller ego story, which is filled with fear and self-doubt, to awaken to your greater purpose, the greater story that's who you've truly been, and that's been here all along waiting for you to return. Now, if your mind is having a little bit of trouble following these ideas, that's okay, that's expected, but notice how your heart is feeling. If you're feeling more expansive energy in your chest, this is the deeper part of yourself waking up and realizing your connection to the whole. There's this divine discontent in all of us where we're born feeling separate from others, and that's an illusion. But it's such a convincing illusion that it leads us to create a life only for our own happiness and to make decisions based out of our own happiness, which, although sounds like it would be fun, creates a life filled with fear, anxiety, and self-doubt. When your life becomes about something much bigger, a mission or a purpose, even if that purpose is full self-expression to remember who you are, there's this feeling of excitement to get out of bed in the morning. There's this feeling of, I'm going to overcome my fear and self-doubt because it's for a greater mission, a greater purpose. It fills our heart in a way that nothing else can. And that's the magic that I invite you to welcome into your life at this time. You know you have a unique gift born within you. Everyone has a unique gift, which is a seed in their heart with huge potential. But just like all acorns have the potential to turn into an oak tree, not all acorns will turn into an oak tree. And what's so fascinating about the human experience is whether or not our unique gift is thriving and shared with the world is dependent on the choices that we make with our free will. But when you surrender your free will by prioritizing the expression of your unique gift so that you can help others, ironically, you have the greatest sense of self that you can possibly imagine. When you surrender your life to something greater than yourself, your sense of self is never stronger. You realize that there is no difference between you and the other, and yet your sense as an individual is whole and complete. And you know who you are, and you remember. The gift living within your heart is not just for you. It's your greatest dream because it'll bring you happiness, but also because the world needs it from you. The world needs you to follow your heart and to pursue the thing that really lights you up, instead of sacrificing your dream because you think you're not worthy of it. Because you are worthy of it, and the world's worthy of receiving your gift. Flip the script, and instead of saying, I'm pursuing my dream selfishly, realize you're pursuing your dream for the whole, for everyone you love. Even if it doesn't appear that way temporarily because you have to leave some comfortable situation with people who don't want you to leave because you've grown dependent on each other, know that your heart knows the correct path. Your heart knows the way, and if you truly follow your heart and your intuition, you can never hurt another, because your heart is the whole intelligence leading you on your unique path of what you can best do to help it. Although illusions may lead you to believe that following your heart can bring pain to the people you love, if it's leading you to do something that requires you to energetically separate from some people that are not helping you grow at this specific time in your life, trust that your heart can see what your mind can't. Your ego and mind's view of the world is so limited and so small, but we don't realize that if you're caught in it because it's all you've ever known since you were born. But the moment you see past that illusion, you see how everything is interconnected. And the guidance from your heart is magic that is literally leading you down a path that it can see but your ego can't. And when you keep following those steps, you'll notice things open up for you in ways that feel magical and synchronistic. And you realize the entire world you live in is pure magic. There are billions of cells keeping us alive in every single moment, and all those cells have to fire in perfect harmony in order to sustain our life. And yet that happens without us having to do anything. That same magic supports you when you follow your heart. When you lead your life through your intuition, through a greater calling to support and serve the greater whole which you are one with, instead of your small ego self. Because you're always serving something. You're either serving your ego self, which usually comes up as self-deprecating doubts, which feels like, oh, I'm trying to protect others from myself, when really you're trying to protect yourself from your own fear, from your own discomfort. And what's going to give you the strength to push through that discomfort is to surrender the idea that your life is about making your ego happy and comfortable. And remember that you're here to serve the greater good by activating and fully expressing the unique gift you were born with. And if you doubt that you have this gift, trust me, you do. And I know deep down that you even know that. But your ego may plant seeds of doubt because it's scared for you to go on this path. But if you take one step forward on this path of activating your fullest potential by doing the thing that you know deep down in your heart you really want to do, but you're a little too scared to do it, that first step will open another door, and another door, and another door. Because the universe wants you to succeed. It's always on your side, watching over you and guiding you. There's always an opening, even if your ego can't see it. But when you become still and sit in quiet meditation, that step will become obvious. And then if you have the courage to make that step, the new step will appear. And if you have the courage to make that step, a new step will appear. And step by step, you'll be manifesting your heart's dream life. And you'll be doing this to serve the greater whole, your greater self, our greater self, the self that we all are. And ironically, it's only by doing this that your ego will live the happy, deeply fulfilled life that it wants. It's going to bring more comfort, more safety, more joy, more life to your ego. This isn't killing off your ego or constantly saying, you're not welcome, I don't like you, I'm going to force myself to go against you. This is a partnership with your ego, because your ego's fears prevent it from getting what it wants. It's not in your ego's best interest to live according to its own fear. And if you courageously follow your heart and remember that you're the whole, you're not this individual, you're the ocean, not the drop, you'll find the world supporting you. And this is when you wake up spiritually and you wake up to your potential, to your power. It's who you've always been, but you've temporarily forgotten who you are. So I'm sending you so much love, so much gratitude. Thank you for being here on Earth at this time. I can't wait to see the fullest expression of your unique gift. Just keep following your heart step by step wherever it leads you, and don't worry about the rest. The universe is guiding you right now, as it always does. Have a beautiful day.